I'm a farmer.
Well, you had me fooled.
No, what I mean is, I was raised on a farm, and I know a lot about animals. And I'd always been interested in getting in the cattle business. That's why I came to Chicago. Mr. Reese, I'd like to go to work for you, sir.
The cockroach. Well, what makes you think you'd like to go trail herding?
Well, all my life I've been dreaming about going into the cattle business.
Cowboy is a 1958 Western film directed by Delmer Daves that would find moderate box office success. In the 1870s, Frank Harris, played by Jack Lemmon, works as a clerk at a very nice hotel in Chicago, Illinois. Frank is in love with Maria Vidal, played by Anna Kashfi, the beautiful daughter of hotel guest and Mexican cattle baron Senor Vidal, played by Donald Randolph. Senor Vidal discovers the romance between Harris and his daughter and does not approve, arranging to take her away and return to Mexico.
Papa, this is Senor Harris.
I know Mr. Harris.
Yes. Senor Vidal, there's been a mistake about these rooms. It seems that they were reserved for someone else. However, sir, I have another suite of rooms for you right on the third floor, sir. The rooms are much larger, and there's a very nice breeze from the lake.
We are quite comfortable here, young man.
Yes, sir. But I'm only acting on orders from the manager, sir. Isn't there anything I could do to...
Oh, yes, there is. You can tell me if you wrote this poetry to my daughter.
Senor Vidal, I'm in love with your daughter. I would like to marry her.
I could never approve of this marriage. Our way of life is too different from yours.
Senor Vidal, I have no intention of remaining a hotel clerk all my life. I came here to Chicago to get in the cattle business. A man can make a fortune on the trail these days.
In Maria's world, money is no particular recommendation. Maria, we are going home. Let's start packing. Goodbye, young man. And don't think that love can find a way. I know all the ways.
In the meantime, cowboy Tom Reese, played by Glenn Ford, arrives at the hotel following a cattle drive and, per usual, takes over an entire wing of the hotel.
Well, there'll be the usual number at the party tonight. You have enough food?
All taken care of, Mr. Reese.
Fine. Hot baths. We've been on the trail for 2 months. We want lots of hot water here.
While there, he makes a deal to buy cattle from Senor Vidal down in Mexico.
Senor Vidal.
Senor Reese.
Oh, what are you doing in Chicago?
I have been on a visit. Now I'm going back to Mexico.
Oh, we'll be getting down there sometime this spring. You got any cattle worth buying?
You know the quality of my herd. I can sell you all the beef you want.
Fine, well, you hold on to him. We'll do business when I get down there. Huh?
Good.
Hasta muy pronto, amigo.
Me dará mucho gusto en recibirlo, señor.
Harris sees an opportunity. He tells Reese that he will give him his entire life savings for a partnership in Reese's next cattle drive, hoping to travel down to Mexico to be with Maria.
Sorry to see you go, Mr. Reese. We figured you'd be staying at least a week.
Oh, well, so did I, but see, I don't usually lose quite so fast.
Mr. Reese? Could you use some money?
What if I could?
Well, I was just thinking that you might take me along with you as a partner if I was willing to invest.
Desperate for money, Reese agrees on the basis that the profits are split 50-50.
Do you want to see me?
Yes, sir. I wrote out an agreement about our partnership, a sort of contract.
I've never signed a contract in my life, and I've never welched on a deal in my life. Do you think I'd sell my reputation for $3,800?
No, I didn't think that.
I tell you what you do. You go home and get some sleep, huh, boy? Because we're pulling out first thing in the morning.
Oh, fine. Well, look, Mr. Reese, I hope you don't think I didn't trust you or anything, because...
forget it.
It's just...
Forget it. Oh, by the way, my name's Tom.
Thanks. Mine's Frank.
The next morning, when Harris shows up ready to leave on the cattle drive, Reese tries to renege on the offer, not wanting to burden himself with an inexperienced partner. But Harris holds him to their deal.
I was doing a little drinking last night. I made a mistake. See, I don't want a partner. I never had one and I never will. Suppose you take this money and you go on back to the hotel,
I quit my job at the hotel.
What'd you do a fool thing like that for? Because you got a girl in Mexico. Is that it?
Well, you made a deal with me, and I paid for a share of your outfit, and that's all that I want.
Now, don't talk like that, boy. I've ridden this country for 20 years. I've sweated over every track and every trail between here and the Rio Grande. You figure you bought a percentage of that?
I bought whatever you were willing to sell me.
I got 4 arrow holes in my hide. You figured you bought a share of that, too?
I can see why you never signed a contract. And I believed you when you said that you never welched on a deal.
Now, don't talk like that. I'm trying to give you your money back.
That's not our deal.
He is right.
How do you know he's right?
If he wasn't right, you would have killed him by now.
As they travel down to Mexico, the cowboy life on the trail is not what Harris had envisioned.
What is that?
Salt water and whiskey. Best way to toughen her up. Feeling better?
Yeah. Burns instead of just aching.
You look like you're half dead.
You can't get enough sleep. Don't you ever get a day off?
No. No Sunday on the trail. You just gotta learn to sleep in your saddle. Yeah. That's it. Oh!
Harris? I thought I told you to ride night herd on the horses.
I made a deal with Capper. He's doing it for me.
Suppose you do your own job and forget about making deals. Can't pull your weight around this outfit. You just say so. You can have your money back.
Reese treats Frank harshly, but over time, it begins to toughen him up. Will Reese and Frank become friends? And will Reese be able to turn Frank into a cowboy?
I never thought life on the trail would be like this. I thought I'd be living with some men, not just a pack of animals.
Well, I'm sorry that we don't measure up to your way of thinking. But you get one thing straight. Nobody cares what you thought the trail was going to be like. Trouble is, you wanted to play cowboy. You didn't realize the game was going to be rough. Nobody's leaving this camp tonight. You go into town, you start trouble, we'll lose more men. We'll have that whole town right on our hands here. Harris, why don't you forget about what's really bothering you, boy, huh? You go into town there, you start a fight. That's not going to help you get that girl back.
The script is based on the memoirs of Frank Harris, chronicling his first trail drive as a greenhorn from Chicago, Illinois. The screenwriters were Edmund H. North and Dalton Trumbo, the latter receiving no screen credit because at the time he had been blacklisted as one of the communist Hollywood 10. Jack Lemmon suffered hell riding horses which he was not prepared for. He often bled from his rear and nearly needed to be sent to a hospital. He later said that he would have killed Glenn Ford with his bare hands because the latter told him before the shooting that everything would be just okay. Jack Lemmon nearly died during the Longhorns cattle stampede sequence. Director Delmore Daves had insisted on having the actors do their own stunts for more realism.
That's why Cowboy is really the best, because it's really the West.
The movie was filmed in Arizona, New Mexico, Oklahoma, and Texas from June to July 1957. Released into movie theaters on January 7th, 1958, Cowboy grossed a total of $1.6 million. Jack Lemmon later confessed that playing in this film with Glenn Ford helped him a lot in the acting business. I think this is a good Western. I've never been super into Western films myself, but I always loved Jack Lemmon's work. Hell, he had box office movies in theaters all the way into the turn of the century in the year 2000, 2001, and I was turning into a teenager by then. Glenn Ford does a convincing job playing an old cattle-driving cowboy, and the two make a good pair. The supporting cast is very good. Richard Jekyll, Dick York, and Indian actress Anna Cashfee does a convincing portrayal of a young Mexican woman. Overall, if you're in the mood for a 1950s Western film, check out Cowboy.